Greetings. Hope you're doing well this morning. Another beautiful day. It's another great day to have a good day in the Lord, and I pray that you'll do that today by following His will. And that's one thing I want to speak about this morning is His will. In 1 John chapter 5, verse 14, it says, "Now this is the confidence that we have in Him, that if we ask anything according to His will, He hears us." There was two gardens in the Bible that are mentioned, and they both are at opposite ends of the spectrum. The first garden that is mentioned in the Bible is the Garden of Eden, where He put man and woman. Another garden that's mentioned in the Bible is the Garden of Gethsemane. And what we see here is in the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus is praying. In the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve. They follow their will. God had given them instructions on what they were to do and not to do, but they chose to follow their will and not His will, and the result was they entered into sin and were kicked out of the garden. However, in the Garden of Gethsemane, we see Jesus surrendering His will and saying, "Father, not my will, but your will be done." And we see the great things that He did. He died upon a cross that you and I could be saved. Psalms 37 and verse 5 says, "Commit your way to the Lord." In other words, surrender to His will for your life. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust also in Him, and He shall bring it to pass. Matthew 6 and 10, Jesus is talking to the disciples, and He is instructing them on the proper prayer, the way to pray. And it says in verse 10, "Your kingdom come, your will be done, Lord, your will on earth as it is in heaven." So you see, it's very important today. God has a will that you and I must follow. He says when you pray, you ask anything according to my name. But what that means also is we got to be praying for His will to be done. You know why? He knows what's best for you and I today. James 4 and 23, it speaks in that verse of two problems in a prayer life. Praying the wrong motives, we ask amiss. In other words, we don't say, "God, whatever your will is, God, whatever you know to be best, God, let that be it." So today when we pray, we can have the confidence and prayer to God when we ask according to His will, just as Jesus did in the Garden of Gethsemane. So today, let's purpose in our life, number one, to live the life that He has in store for us. Number two, surrendering to His will completely. Saying, "Lord, your will be done in my life. Lord, I'm praying for this, but God, I'm asking it according to your will and glory." And you know what? If we'll do that, God's going to answer our prayers. Our life will be so much better. When we get into the will of God for our life, we can receive such great blessings from Him on high, because He's promised that. He said, "Ask anything in my name," but then it says, "Ask according to God's will," just as Jesus did in the garden. Don't be like Adam and Eve and do it the way we ask for, the way we want it, or do it the way we want, but say, "Lord, not my will, but your will be done." May God bless you.